My name is Anastasia. I live in a village called Shushenskaya, close to the biggest hydropower station in Siberia, together with my husband and child. In the near future, our village, along with other cities on the river Enisey, will be swept away by a handmade tsunami of 200 meters high, which will appear after the dam breaks. I represent a group of people whose actions are directed towards preventing the imminent disaster that puts 1.5 million people in danger, along with environmental damages of Siberia and the Arctic. The power station suffered a great disaster last year. As a result of owners' greed rushing to make money, they neglected all necessary repairs and investments in development. The entire winter, station worked on emergency mode by passing water through the spillways. Our attempts to create awareness in society about the inevitable disaster were oppressed by media, controlled by owners and Russian government. For months, they continued to state that the dam at the power station was in a good condition. But their stories fed through the media were not believable or successful. People have started to flee the region without evacuation notice from the government authorities. Independent media has already confirmed that upcoming spring flood will be 2-3 times higher than normal, and the dam will not survive. People are trying to leave the area as soon as possible from this possible flood. Instead of preparing an action plan for evacuation, owners of the plant invited local shamans to call upon spirits to protect the body of the dam. The spring flood started and is 3 times higher, despite assurance of owners that it will be the usual flood. Independent experts predicted catastrophic spring flood. Water is arriving rapidly, and other regions are already suffering the flood. Even government-controlled media has begun to notice the big probability that the dam will be swept away. What will happen in near future will be the biggest catastrophe since the explosion of Chernobyl atomic station. Water will sweep away not only cities, but local radioactive facilities, and all this will end up in the Arctic Ocean. We ask all leaders of all countries around the globe to take measure on Russian government and prepare to meet critical situation. We ask you to force Medvedev and Putin to start fixing our problems and start helping people. By the name of local people, we declare that if this disaster occurs, the entire responsibility and liability will be on Russian President Medvedev, Prime Minister and self-proclaimed national leader Putin, billionaire Deripaska and owners of Rushydro company. Their consciousness will be filled with death of the Siberian people and environmental damages caused by radioactive elements contaminating the Arctic Ocean. We want to send a message to the world community of all civilized countries and their leaders. If it's not possible to prevent this disaster, we ask for your help, for all efforts to make assist in proper evacuation of our people from these potentially dangerous regions. We want that everyone knows who is responsible for our problems and who has to bear responsibility. These selfish and greedy individuals are ready to risk the lives of Siberian people, their future and the environment of Arctic at any cost.